What's up, YouTube? Sergeant Blake is back, and today I got a review for you for Army of Two, the 40th Day. Now, before we get to that, I just want to point one thing out. This shirt is so kick-ass. I love this thing. Alright, that's it. Now, to the review. Army of Two is not a game that's going to be Game of the Year. It's not a game that's going to fucking be praised years on it for years to come, you know? It's a game that does two things, essentially. Provides a really good co-op experience and is a lot of fucking fun. It's a lot like Mercenaries, the game that I talk about all the time. It's fun. It's not the fucking best title in the world. I could have picked up a whole list of other things that I might be interested in, but I picked Army of Two for two things: the co-op and the fun factor. Now, I want to start off with just the co-op, right? So you can jump online with somebody random, you can invite a friend, or you can have somebody here at your place. But I'm not sure how it works online, you know? I don't know if you have to be at the same chapter or whatever the fuck, but if you have a guest over at your place, just wants to play a game, and you pop this in, you can continue from your chapter, and you know, if he needs to stop or go home or whatever, you quit the game, you start it up again, solo. Blam blam, you continue. It's drop and pick up, and usually, from what I've seen, any weapons that they collect will stay there. If you select another co-op profile, they will, or if you select to do co-op again, all the weapons that they had before might stay there temporarily. I've heard that there have been some issues, but I haven't seen any. Now, that's awesome. I think that it's really easy. Just, you know, you plug it in, you play, everything's fine. So that is a lot of fun. That's one of the best technical aspects of the game, is that you can just jump on and be ready for co-op whenever, and if somebody has to go, you can drop the controller and go. Now, for the actual gameplay, I'm going to say this right now, is that in terms of controls, although there are some things that are really cool and work really well, remind me a lot of Splinter Cell from last generation, or just in general work really well, there is a bit of issue. There are a couple of issues with the controls. One is that the action button, the X or the A button, is mapped out to do so many things. You can roll with it, you can slide into cover with it, and you have to heal your partner and drag him out of dangerous areas with it. Now, a lot of people have mentioned this, and I'm going to say that it's only happened to me maybe 3 or 4 times. If I'm not paying attention, it'll happen. But the way it works is that if you run over to your partner who's down, and you don't, you know, stop and not do anything and press the X button or the A button, you might roll past him, or you might, it's also used to run, so you might also run past him. So the thing is that you really got to be careful what you're doing when it tells you to do it, when it tells you to grab your partner, or to drag your partner, or to heal your partner. Make sure that that option is up before you press the button. Otherwise, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. However, it's only happened to me 3 or 4 times. It's not that bad. It's not game breaking, but it might set you back on a checkpoint every now and then. Now, other than that, the controls are pretty solid. However, the animations aren't nearly as fluid as games you would see in Gears of War or Uncharted 2. And, you know, I could say that it's, you know, it's just a bad game, or the graphics are shitty, or the animation is off. I could say that, but I could also say that, one, it's a totally different game from Uncharted 2 or Gears of War. If every game played if every third-person shooter played like Uncharted 2, I'd be bored as shit. So it's good to play something that feels slightly different. And two, these two characters are completely different than Nathan Drake, or the guy from fucking Gears of War. Phoenix, whatever the hell his name is. You know, they've got big clunky armor on, they've got 3 weapons on them, they're going to walk around, they're going to be a little bit more clumsy, or clunky, if you will. They've got a shitload of stuff on them. Nathan Drake wears a pair of jeans and has a t-shirt on. So, you know, I can understand that. So, it's 2 different games, and, you know, they've got different shit on. It kind of makes sense. Now, past the actual clunkiness of the gameplay, everything else works fine. The shooting is damn near perfect. The only complaint I have with the shooting involves the customization when you add a scope to your weapon, and then it puts you into first-person mode every time you want to aim, or when you want to go into a precision aiming. And as is not too bad later on when you really have to depend on far or long-range weaponry, it is kind of annoying if somebody's close up or whatnot. But Also, the menu that lets you equip and de-equip things like silencers and scopes and shit like that is really quick to turn on and off. It's really easy, so it's really not a big deal if you can remember just like, oh, I need to turn this off. So it's really not that big of an issue. Now, the actual story of the game, there isn't much. There's a couple of things that let you know what you're doing there. Basically, Tyson Rios, and Elliot Salem have started out a new mercenary PMC called TWO, which stands for Trans World Operations, and all you're doing there is menial jobs, blah blah blah, do this, do that, and they don't really know what they're doing there, but they're getting paid for it. They don't care. And as soon as you get through with your tutorial mission, all hell breaks loose, and your mission becomes to, 1, stay alive, and 2, get out of Shanghai before the whole place comes down. Now, the game leads you into many different directions through this, but there aren't many cutscenes other than introducing a few bad guys, or that's about it, really. There's lots of in-between conversations, but there's really no narrative. It just tells you where to go, what to do, and it's a lot, and that's about it, honestly. Now, what else? I can't really name anything else. I mean, I think that the game is fucking fun. It's definitely worth playing if you have a friend at home or a friend who also has it. I'm surprised that EA didn't decide to double pack these, so, if people wanted to play it, they would be like, well, I don't have anybody to play with. Call up a friend of theirs and be like, hey, Jim, you want a game? Let's go half on something, and we can play this together. I'm surprised they didn't do that, but whatever. The game says that, the people say that it's about 5 to 6 hours. That's not really true. If you're playing with a partner, you're going to die a lot more than you would with the AI. And I'm going to talk about that for a little bit, because I'm running out of time. But with the AI is really, really smart. It's damn near perfect. I'd say that your partner is better than any human you could get. Because if you tell him to stay in one place, he'll stay there. If you tell him to advance, he'll advance. If you tell him to cover you, he'll cover you. If you tell him to regroup on you, he'll do it. And if you give him those actions twice, he will not only do those actions, but he'll do them to draw fire away from you. So he does everything that you need him to do. And if you get down, he'll heal you on the spot. It's amazing the way that they built his AI. Now, as for if you're playing with a human character, however, a lot of the time, it took us like 13 hours to finish this game. I finished it yesterday. I bought it early in the morning, and we got done with it towards the end of the night. And the problem was that I would do something a certain way, and I would die, or he would do something a certain way, and he would die. Each person wants to do it their own way. You guys got to be more tactical. It's a lot more of a stressful game than Uncharted, where every enemy AI has their own agenda. One of them says, hey, I'm going to choke you out, or one of them says, hey, I'm going to shoot this guy, but none of them have this thing where we're all going to do it all at once. And that's where the enemy AI in this game is really good. If you are drawing aggro, or if you are drawing fire, they're going to focus on you. And it's not going to be one guy shooting you, it's not going to be 2, it's going to be fucking 10. So you really got to be careful of that. Now, let me get to my biggest complaint about this game, and this is really tiny because nobody else is bringing it up. The biggest problem I have with the game is the sound. See, most action games have really good sound, really good vocals, and all of that. Now, nothing's wrong with the acting. It's actually fucking phenomenal for a game that has been rated so low. But the problem is that it doesn't come across too well over the speakers. Explosions don't sound too explodey. Gunfire, although each gun does sound particularly different, it doesn't sound too loud. I wish this game was a bit louder. Not a big deal, right? I mean, I can hear things. If you really pay attention, you can hear everything that's being said. I just wish that there was at least an option that let me increase the volume. Other than that, though, no problems with this game. A lot of fun. Yes, it's kind of repetitive, and it's a bit short. But you can start over again with all of your brand new weapons, or all of the weapons that you customized, all of your upgrades, and continue to customize and upgrade other ones. So, not a big deal. Lots of collectibles, too. Alright, guys, I tried to talk as fast as I can, give as much detail as I could, but I forgot to mention that this game is fun. It is worth the money. It's a good game. I liked it. It's semi-interesting in terms of story. There's not much to go by. There are a couple of morality choices that I didn't get into. A lot of them are good and bad. A lot of them are really not as black and white as they seem. But, definitely go ahead, check this game out. Army of Two, the 40th Day. I recommend it if you have a partner. If you don't, you might want to go looking into finding one, because it's fun with the AI, but he's about almost too intelligent for your own good. It's not very challenging. But other than that, great game, worth checking out, worth, I'd say, every penny. It's on Amazon for like fucking $50 now, and I got it for fucking 60. So go ahead, buy it online, buy it off Craigslist, trade it, whatever you do. Get this game. It's worth checking out. All right, guys. Tomorrow I'll be back reviewing the DLC for Uncharted 2 and Assassin's Creed 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope it helped. Army of Two, the 40th day. Bye.